Hi, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. This is Area Mays with Let's Talk About Real Estate. Today is a very beautiful day, and it's a really good time to invest in real estate. As I've said before, that purchasing real estate can be generational wealth. So we want to help as many people as we can to purchase real estate if they so desire to. Remember that your credit score needs to be at least a 620 above. Be prepared before going to a loan officer, and that's your first step, is going to a loan officer to get prepared to get your pre-approval. So when you want to buy a house, we recommend that you try preparing yourself far in advance, getting your credit up to par, paying down bills, and doing everything to prepare you for getting ready to purchase a home. Today, we got some distinguished guests that's going to be talking with us, because when you purchase real estate, there are so many moving parts that's involved in the transaction to get you to the closing table. So today we got some guests who will talk about title. We have a loan officer who will be speaking with you all. And then we have a pest guy who can take care of your termites, spray your house for bugs and things like that. So we have guests that will be speaking to you all today. But if you ever want to purchase a home, we do highly recommend it. It's a very good time to purchase a house. With interest rates, it's what they are. That we don't have any control over that. However, if the rates are a little bit high, you can always refinance when the rates come down. So we do want to help new homeowners. And another thing that we got that we're very excited about is that we got a HUD credit counselor, that if we have someone that's interested in purchasing a home and is not credit ready, we have counselors that can help you. So feel free to call me, and I can always connect you with a credit counselor if you're looking forward to purchasing a home. If you're looking forward to selling a house, I'm available for that too. I can come and give you a comparable market analysis, tell you what you need to do to make your house market ready, tell you how much your house may value in reference to what you may can get from the sale of the house, and then of course what you're going to net is too. So all those things are very important. We have today with us Lisa White, and Lisa is going to join in with us to tell you about what she does and what she provides, what services she provides with title searches and all that's involved with getting you from the beginning of the phase when you come on contract to the ending. And then she have other things that she can talk about and telling you about how to protect your title and what you may need to do if someone in the family has passed away, and how you can prorate and things like that. So she can give you a lot of information, and I highly recommend Lisa. Lisa is very good. I've worked with her before, and having people that you can call on, get the information that you need. She's always there for me and for other realtors, and she'll be there for you. So we definitely want to tell you, if you have any questions pertaining to title, you're getting ready to close, Lisa has an office in Mississippi and she has an office in Tennessee, and she will be there to work for you and to help you get to the closing table. Be sure you got a clear title. All of that is so important. So if anyone online has questions today, you can feel free to ask Lisa. She's going to explain to you what services she provide and how she provide those professional services to you all. So today we want to welcome Lisa White. Lisa is with Ready Signing and Closing Services, is the name of her company, and we'll have her contact information listed below. So if you're purchasing a home, be sure to call Lisa. Okay, Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone. Well, I just want to jump on and just say, hey, I'm excited to be here. I'm always excited to share on platforms with other people in the real estate industry. However, Ready Signing and Closing Services is a full service title company. We work with lenders, realtors, builders, investors. We do commercial deals. We do all type of real estate transaction, land, anything that has to do with real estate. We do those types of deals. I've been in the business now for about 28 years doing this. So I love what I do. I tell people sometimes, you know, when you love what you don't look at it as so stressful and work all the time. And so I've been doing that for a long time. We receive contracts from realtors, and when we receive those contracts from realtors and or lender requests from a mortgage company or bank, we have to do a title search. We search the property. A title search is searching the property to see what all has been out there that has been recorded against that property, whether it be in the liens, whether it be payoff, whether it be judgments, whether it be child support, anything that can affect a person from having clear title. Our job is to make sure that that property is insurable with title insurance, to make sure it's a clean title with no clouds on title. Clouds on title can be all different things. Clouds on title can be a quick claim deed that was fraudulent. Clouds on title can be air property where someone passed away, but they didn't properly convey the title to someone else. And at that point, we have to do affidavits to heirship. There's sometimes we have to do quick claim deeds to clear up title and to clear property, to make sure the title is right and there are no clouds on title. Once we get all the title search and everything done, then we work with the lenders and we do settlement fees. We make sure that we get all our numbers done. But when you get ready to buy your property, we make sure that we have gotten all the information to give you the right amount that you need to bring to closing, because we know you're excited and waiting to get to the table. So we want to make sure that we have those numbers accurate. But in the background, it's like we do a lot of things in the background. We have our pre-closing department, which sets up the contracts, and they do all the pre-work on the file. Once the realtor sends us the contract, they send us all the pre-work. So we do the title search, we order payoffs, we make sure that if it's a homeowners association, we get the homeowners dues. So we make sure we do everything that is needed to get this file closed and to the closing table. We also work with insurance companies because we have to make sure that they send us what we need, as well as far as making sure that they have an HOA policy on the property. What else we do? But it's a broad area in title. It's a lot that we do. We have a full staff attorney here that does all the legal stuff for us. She's our legal entity here at Ready Signing and Closing Services, because we need someone to make sure docs are correct, to make sure if there's any bump in the roads that you may need legal representation, that you'll have that at the closing table as well. Or you can always call us back to say, hey, I have an issue, even after closing. If it's an issue, then that's when the attorney steps in and kind of handle everything for us there. So, that's what we've been doing, and we love what we do. Again, I've been in the business 28 years and I love it. And I have a full staff here that I love as well. So, Aria, is there anything in particular that you really want me to focus on?
Can you tell them about owner title policy?
Yes, so let's talk about title insurance policy, because I had one today that I had to kind of talk to the guy because he didn't want to have title insurance. And I tell them that title insurance is very important, because as I said, we have to clear title. If there are any liens or judgments or encumbrances or anything on title, our job is to do a title search to clear that up. And so if you don't get title insurance, that means that your property is not insured. Title insurance covers you for any mistakes that a human may make, even when doing a title search. Because a lot of people say, well, you did a title search, so I don't need title insurance if the title search came back clear. That's not necessarily true, because you have human error. You have some things. We had a closing last year that we're trying to work with the person now because they're refinancing. And after the closing, it was a closing in April. However, it was the second mortgage that was not recorded on the previous sellers until after the closing. And it's a good thing they had title insurance, because the title insurance covered them, so that was not their lien. But people record things later. Sometimes things are missed. And it can be a lot of clouds. There are liens, there are mechanic liens that if somebody do work on your property and you don't pay them, they can file a lien against you. So that's why title insurance is very important. I try to emphasize it so much to say this is the biggest investment that you will ever make, probably. Why would you not insure your investment, insure your money? If you get car insurance to insure a car, why would you not insure your home? It protects you from any predatory people out there, anybody that can try to come and do anything, put a lien on your property or try to steal your property via quick claim deed. We have a lot of issues with quick claim deeds, fraudulent quick claim deeds, people doing things that they shouldn't do. So title insurance protects you for anything that shows up on your title, any cloud that's on title. That's why title insurance is so important to have. It's a couple of $100. Why would you not get title insurance for a couple of $100? Or sometimes it depends on the size of the house. It may be $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. But if you're paying $400,000 for a house, or $300,000, $200,000, it's worth insuring your property, so you won't have to come back later and find out that there was a $50,000 lien against the property or a $100,000 lien against the property that someone missed. You have title insurance to be able to make sure that you have clear and marketable title at all times.
Yeah, that's good. And we highly recommend that all our buyers get title insurance. I just went through a situation where I was representing the buyer, and the seller bought the house from a friend through a quick claim deed, and she did not get title insurance. And what happened was the guy was connected to, I think, about 12 properties, and he had back pay child support. So it took us months to get this matter resolved because of that issue. You know, she didn't have title insurance. She didn't go through a closer to close the transaction. She just did a quick claim deed. So all of that is so important. And we recommend, highly recommend, that if you're going to purchase a home, that you do go through a closer attorney. Call Lisa for information to help, so she can help you with it, because you don't want to purchase a home that's going to give you a headache in the future. And she'll be sure that you got everything that you need, and that you got a clear title, and that you got title insurance. What about properties probate? If there's someone that has a house in probate, and the procedures that they have to go through, Lisa?
So when a property goes to probate, they have to go through the probate courts, and the money is going to be usually held through that probate court or probate attorney, and that's when somebody dies without a will. If you die without a will, then you have to go through probate. If you have a will, then that's something that we could deal with, and it still have to go through probate. You know, as far as so we can know how to divvy out things based on what is ordered in the courts. But when you die without a will, we definitely, can do affidavits of heirship and all of that. But if you have a will, the will has to go through probate. So because we have to go by what that will says. Because there are a lot of times people are like, well, it is a will, but we want to go ahead and do affidavits of heirship. As a title company, once we find out that there is a will, you've given us that information, we can't ignore what we heard. We have to use their will, and their will has to go through the probate courts. Yes, it may be easier for affidavits of heirship if there's only a few people living that the property go to, but once we hear it will, it has to go to the probate court. If you die without a will, then we do affidavits of heirship. But if you have a will in place, we have to honor that will and make sure that it goes to the probate courts so we can properly do the closing based on what the will suggests.
Is there a more lengthier time if you have a will, if you don't have a will, when you go through probate? If you got a will, is it a shorter period of time, or it's still about the same length of time?
It's about the same, because you can't do a will, you can't probate until the person passes.
Right,
So
absolutely.
you got to go through the courts and all that. So it just depends on the court. It just really depends on the courts. But yeah, because people like, well, my mom have a will, she's in the hospital, we're not expecting for her to pass. I said, you can't do anything till she passed.
Absolutely, that's right. What about married couples and rights of survivorships and things like that?
So married couples, in Tennessee, there are homestead laws. Even though I may buy a house if I get married, I may buy a house, and if I buy a house before I'm married, once my spouse moves into their house, he has homestead rights. That's the state of Tennessee has homestead rights. Mississippi is kind of the same, but it's just a little different variances with Mississippi. Mississippi is very different in a lot of areas, but Tennessee definitely have homestead rights, and Mississippi does too. However, it's split. So, and that's how we tell people you can do the deed of tenants with the right of survivorship. And in Mississippi, we put in its entirety in Mississippi. So it's just certain languages we have to put on these depending on the state.
Okay, so a married couple that has rights of survivorship, they don't have to go through a probate. They basically, if they had to sell their house, they can sell their house as long as they have the death certificate.
Correct, because we're put on the deed, the title vested by deed that they had before, and the spouse died or so and so. So that's how the title is now being vested.
Okay, I got it. Okay, all right then. Well, you have given us a lot of good information on today. We really appreciate you signing on. They did put your information in the chat. So if anyone needs someone for title work, be sure to call Lisa with Ready Signing and Closing, and she'll be there to help you. Her information will be below in the chat, and we really highly recommend her if you need someone when you're going to the closing table, or if you're going to refinance and you need someone, or anything when you're getting ready to has to do with real estate. Call Lisa.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I look forward to hearing from any of you on this Zoom. When you're ready to sign, we are ready to close. Steve Blake, hello. How are you?
Okay, Lisa, thank you
so much. All right, y'all have a good one. Okay,
all right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, our next guest is Steve Blake. He's with the Blake team. He's a financial Linder, he and his wife Veronica work together. I have worked with them for, I know, at least about 15 years, 15 plus years, and they are really amazing. They provide all kind of loan services that you may need, whether it be FHA, VA, conventional, and he may have some other types of loan that he provides, but he also has down payment assistance. These are two people that really has a heart to help people. So they really are people that really has a heart and a desire to help new buyers to get into homes. They, for anyone that's existing to get into a new home, they are there to help you whenever you need anything pertaining to your financial needs for the real estate business. They're located in the North Mississippi area, but they serve, I think they serve, he'll tell you where they serve. I think they serve quite a few areas. I know they serve Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas and all those places, but he may even serve even more, but he'll tell you more details about that. I'm typically using them in the Mississippi and Tennessee area. And like I say, they are very awesome to work with. They get you to the closing table and they do whatever's necessary to get you to the closing table. And if you're not credit ready, they'll help you with preparing to get or tell you the things that you can do to get to the credit ready. But now they can't just push you. You got to be willing to do and cooperate with whatever they're giving you to do to be able to prepare for a home. But that's their job, is to get you into a new home or to help you with refinancing or whatever you need with your financial needs. So we want to welcome Steve Blake. Thanks, Steve. We can't hear you. Hold on, we can't hear you, Steve. Can you hear me? Let's see. Try saying something again.
I hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now. Okay. All right. But thank you for that introduction, first of all.
Oh, yes.
Um. There we go.
Yes.
First of all, let me go back to your question about where we can lend. We're actually a bank, so we can actually lend in all 50 states.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Yes, but we do the majority of our business right here in North Mississippi, Tennessee and Arkansas, but we are a regular bank and we can lend in any state.
Okay,
So
good. Good.
that's been really good for us.
Yes.
One of the big things there, you may have heard about this, but and I think it's gonna help a whole lot of us. The new rule that's being worked on from FHA is that flipping rule. They're looking to get rid of that
Oh.
90-day old deal.
Uh-huh.
They hadn't decided that yet. For the people on the call that didn't know, that don't know about that rule, if a borrower wants to buy a property from an investor that purchased the property less than 90 days ago, they can't use an FHA loan with it right now. But that's being worked on to where the 90-day flipping rule should be waived by the end of the year from what I think. So
Okay, good. That's good.
yeah, that's a big thing right there.
Yes.
But just to let you know what Veronica and I and my whole team can do here at Prime Lending, on our FHA loans, we go as low as 580 on those credit scores. And you can actually get down payment assistance on an FHA loan at 600 in one of our in-house down payment assistance program that I'll talk about a little bit later. So that's a good thing. And normally a normal down payment assistance, they want you to have 640 credit score and a little bit higher. But we do have a program that will go down to 600 on that FHA and still give you down payment assistance. VA loans. I always like to talk about VA loans. I'm a veteran, my wife Veronica's a veteran, and we love doing VA loans. We do a lot of them. One of the big things that we do with our VA loans, we do waive all our lender fees. So on our VA loans, you don't have any underwriting, closing, or processing fees. That's real big when you're negotiating a deal and you're trying to get the seller to pay all the closing costs, but they won't pay all the closing costs. And your buyer might have to come up with some money, because we know most veterans think no money down, 100%. But I've used that, program that we have by waiving our lender fees to have a whole lot of veterans get into homes, but actually no money down. And even though the loans where the seller is, paying the closing costs, use that additional money to buy the interest rate there. So roughly it's $1,500 there on the table that we can use on all our VA loans. And that's because we're waiving our fees. So that's real good on that. USDA loans, we have those. And of course, that's your rural area loans where you get 100% financing. There is credit score limits of 640, income limits depending on the number of people in the household. So the way you handle that is contact your lender, contact us early, and we can let you know if you're going to qualify for that, especially if you're buying it out in the rural area or something. Here at Prime Lending, we offer all the down payment assistance programs in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas. And so if you name it, in Mississippi, we go through Mississippi Housing Court, and they have a $8,000 grant that they'll give you. They also have a $10,000 loan that you can pay back. All the programs that they even have a program called Just Rate, where you can actually go in there and get a better interest rate than what the market rate is, if you use that program. So we do have those. But one of the unique programs that for down payment assistance is our in-house program with down payment assistance. Those down payment assistance that I just mentioned has a higher debt to income ratio, meaning you can't go 50% on your debt to income ratio. And as probably most people on this call know, with the housing prices what they are, that's kind of easy to get up into a higher debt to income ratio because of the affordability issue that we're up against right now. Just about all of it. That program will let me go up to 56% on a FHA loan. 56% debt to income ratio, and you still can get down payment on it. And you got options on it. It's either a payback or you can get a grant where you don't have to pay it back. Now, the payback interest rate, of course, is less on that because you're paying the mortgage back. And that's less risk to the lender. Rather than giving you $10,000 and just put a lien on the house and it stays there for 5 or 10 years versus give you $10,000 and you got a monthly payment to pay it back. I had a couple of people pay that back 6 months, 8 months, even a year, and that second mortgages go. So, and they just use that money to get into the home. But that's an in-house program with Prime Lending. And the good thing about that, that's all underwritten inside of our underwriting center. So you don't have to send it out to the state to get approval or anything like that. And I say that because we close those in 2.5, 3 weeks instead of a month or 45-day closing that you may need with another down payment assistance program. The other thing, renovation loans. We have renovation loans for just about every product we have, even VA renovations, conventional renovations, FHA renovations, loans, so we can do them all. Now, we have that product, but we don't do many of them in this market because it's hard to find that house that has that equity in it, and you get it at that price, so you can do the renovation on there. But just to let you, anyone know on this call, we have probably, I would say, about 12 different renovation products that we just about any type of loan that we're actually able to do. So, conventional loans, of course, we do all of those. 3% down if you're a first time buyer, 5% down if you, if you have owned a home before, only conventional loans. But you do have that 3% down conventional loan, which compares to an FHA loan. So just depending on what that customer needs. And, the key is we give options on every loan, every application we get. If there's more than one route to go, we're going to give the customer options. We're going to tell them the plus and the minus about both options. As Ariel mentioned earlier, we talked to a whole lot of customers that's not ready to purchase right now. We work with them if they want to. Now, they have to participate. You know, a lot of customers tell you, I can buy now, I'll just stay where I am. Yeah. But if that customer wants to get ready, purchase a home in the next 6, 8 months, we will all the way. I actually had a closing yesterday, where I worked with a lady the whole year. And she was able to go to closing yesterday with no money. And she actually purchased a home about 3 houses down from a month. So I mean, that was an excellent story, the way that ended. But we definitely have that. Construction loans in relationship with builders, and this will be my last point. I want to mention that, especially in the North Mississippi area. We are, preferred lenders, Grant Home, Regency Homes, Skylake, and Adams Homes. So I say that to say, a lot of times you'll have a customer approved, take them out to a new construction area, and then they want you to use their preferred lender. Most of those lists we are on, so you don't have to change lenders just because your buyer is buying new construction. And so, and one thing about new construction, about that borrower not being ready right now. If we can see that borrower can't be ready in 4 months or so, and that new construction home will be ready in 6 months, I can write a letter to the builder, issue the approval letter, and they will actually start building that home for that customer. There is some additional wording that they want on the letter. But the key is to make sure that customer is ready at least a month before the house is complete. The key is they will start building your new house before you're 100% credit ready. So, anything else there you think I missed?
We had a question. Let me see if we can get that question back up. Thomas, can you get that? Brenda asked the question. If we can't get it back up, Steve, we'll get back with you on it. But Steve, how long you been in the mortgage industry? 27 years? Okay, I couldn't hear you again. Okay, good. 27 years. And what does the credit score has to be to get down payment assistance? Okay, depends.
By Memphis, Tennessee, we can use city of Memphis programs at 620 credits.
Okay,
Mississippi Home Court, they want 640 credits.
okay,
So it
640.
really depends on what area you're buying in.
Uh-huh.
And I know that the city of Memphis has gone below 620 before, but they'll tell you 620. We've gotten them done at the city of Memphis with 600.
Okay.
So
So
they will make an exception down there for you.
okay, good. And I know that you said you can do loans up to with a low credit score of 580. To really make it a smooth process for the buyer, what credit score would you recommend? 620.
Now, on those FHA have more late payments and more defaults between that 580 and 620.
Okay,
He'll make those loans, but there's other overlaying guidelines when you get in that credit score bucket. So my goal is to get you out of that bucket over 620 and we don't worry about it.
right. Okay,
And that's probably one of the things they do, they're gonna tighten the debt to income ratio that they get. They want your housing payment to be back in 31 or 33%, overall debt no more than 45%, I'm sorry.
okay,
But the key is they want you to easily be able to afford the payment. And your interest rates are a little bit higher, maybe a quarter or so point higher if you within that 580 to 619 or so credit bucket. But in order to make it a smooth process,
Mhm.
620 is where you need to be.
Okay, I got you. Okay, good. All right. Well, you've given us a lot of good information, and I appreciate you logging on with you. So if anyone needs financing for a mortgage to refinance or to purchase a home, you definitely want to call Steve and Veronica Blake, and their number was in the chat. So we'll be sure to advertise your number, Steve, so that if anyone is online, and this will be on YouTube and on Facebook. So if anybody is there that has an interest and want to purchase a home, we don't want them to definitely call you or refinance or anything pertaining to financing with real estate. Okay, we appreciate you logging on, okay? All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, thanks. Okay, our next guest is going to be Marcus. He's with Safe Pest Solution, and he's going to tell you all what he does in the industry. I have the opportunity of using his services quite often, and I have been very pleased with them. So if you need anyone for termite inspections, to anything to come and spray your house for pets, I mean, not pets, for pests, then you definitely you definitely want to call Marcus, but he's going to tell us what he does and what services he provide. And of course, if you need him, his phone number be in the chat so you all can reach out to him for any of your needs for pest solution. He's available for you. And I mean, he has done tremendously good with me. I usually send him a text message and tell him what I need and what I want. And he go ahead and takes care of me. And I'm very, very, very pleased with him. So we're going to let Marcus talk with you all about the services that he provides.
Yes, my name is Marcus Greer. I am the owner and one of the operators of Safe Pest Solutions LLC. I've been in the pest control industry now for 21 years. I started off as a district manager for Terminix Pest Control. I worked with them for about 13 years, and then I decided to venture off on my own. So I've been in business now. As of June 1st, I've been in business for myself for 8 years. I have 6 technicians that cover as far south as Byram, Mississippi, as far west as Pine Bluff, Arkansas, as far east as Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I'm normally in the Shelby County, DeSoto, Tate County area, along with one other person. I'm a graduate of Jackson State University with a degree in business management. I started off hotel business right after graduation. I did that for about 3 years, but for the last 21, I've been in pest control. The real estate inspection, or termite letters, as people call them, that's a part of the business. I mean, it's part of the business, but it's a small part of the business. I work with about 65 or 70 real estate agents, so you all do keep me pretty busy, along with the pest control services that we do provide as well. We provide regular bug sprays, as people call them, mosquito services. We do wildlife trapping. We'll come to your house and remove snakes if we have to. We're one of the few companies that does pretty much everything with pest control. We also do crawl space insulation, pre and post construction insulation, as well as we can do vapor barriers underneath crawl spaces, as well as encapsulation work underneath crawl spaces.
That is very good, Marcus. That's good information.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone is online that has a question for Marcus or Steve, they're still online. Before they get off, we want to see if we can get you all to answers to your questions if you have anything. But Marcus, thank you so much. That's very good, and I really appreciate the work that you does for me. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you all as well, and I work with Mr. Blake as well.
Okay, good.
So you are. And so I'm very easy, just for people who don't know me, very simple with me. You shoot me a text message on the where the property is, when you need it, and how I get in, and I'll have it for you within 24 hours. It's that simple.
Yeah.
There's no guesswork. No, because as you see, I'm in a truck now, so I spend most of my time in my truck. So my cell phone is my secretary. So if you send me that text message when I pull over, I will input that address into the system, and I'll have your letter within 24 hours.
Okay, great. That's good. Okay, Abigail, I know you asked if we could put their contact information in the chat, and yes, Thomas has put it in the chat, and he will continue to keep advertising their contact information. We do have their contact information that we'll be sure to get to you all. So you all can see Marcus, you see Blake contact information, the Blake team, and then we had Lisa. So if you all have any questions for Marcus or Steve, they're both online now, so we can get answers for you all. And if you don't have questions, then you always have their contact information. If you, for some reason, did not see their contact information flash across there, send me a text message and I can always forward you their contact information. They are very good people to work with, and I have worked with them for a while, and I highly recommend all three of them. Okay, if there is no questions, then I guess we'll log off, but I appreciate you all for attending with us. Today has been a good day. We've got a lot of information and I appreciate it, okay? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, thanks. This is Let's Talk About Real Estate with Area Mays, and we appreciate you all attending